Hi there, welcome to the Online Marketers Toolbox package, and thank you very much for deciding to go with this system. I hope that we get you up and running as quickly as possible, and that you can use all the information that's contained in these videos and in this course to actually get your own online business up and running and getting some income coming in for you. So my name's Mark Fee. Thanks again. Let's just crack straight on with the first video, where I want to talk about how you get up and running and why this system sort of came into being, which was really because speaking with other internet marketers, people who are looking to earn an income online, all seem to be frustrated by the same technical issues, which was principally putting a website up and getting all the information they needed on there. A lot of people don't know how to edit or create websites. They're not sure about domain names and hosting packages and all the kind of fundamental things that you need in place to have a web presence. So in this first video, I just want to talk about a company that I use for this system. I put together, I actually used all their resources in creating this product so that it kept the product true to what I was trying to show other people. I do have other websites available there hosted with a proper package, and I do all the web design and everything with a proper software program. But you know, you have to buy this stuff, you have to buy the hosting, you have to buy domain names, link it all up, and it's kind of defeating the object to talk about that when this package really is aimed at not necessarily newbie internet marketers. You might have had some success with affiliate products or something like that, but maybe there's some technical things which have held you back, or you've got products that you want to get out to the market and you can't link in certain things like the payment mechanism or the web design. So we're going to have a look at all those step by step. I'm going to keep these videos fairly brief if possible, because I want you to kind of take the information and use it and put it to use, and then get the next information video going so that you can then take that information and just keep building up your system as soon as you can. So the first thing I want to show you is this site called Weebly. Now there's a couple of sites that I've got here. This one, Fat versus Sugar, was something I was playing around with you know, some designs and ideas a while back. But this one is the Online Marketers Toolbox. Now this actual site here is the one that you might have even, you know, got this package from. So this company Weebly, basically they've got templates and an online website package which is free to use. You can sign up for a Weebly account, and then you can basically add a site. So then it will take you through the details. You know, you can call it what you want depending on what your niche is or what market you're going after, and get it up and running from there. Now they've actually got a fantastic selection of templates, so I'll have a look at those in a second. Another site editor which is the same as Weebly is one called Wix. Now here is the Online Marketers Toolbox that I was playing around with in the Wix editor. But to be honest, I didn't really like the layout options I had with Wix. A lot of their stuff seemed very corporate. They've got the same setup as Weebly in that you can go in, select a template and start editing it. I liked, you know, the simplicity of Weebly, to be quite honest. But what I'd advise you to do is go in, have a look at Wix. So there's just literally wix.com. Have a look at that. There's probably more out there. These are two that I just happen to know that people use, and Weebly I've used myself, and I find it pretty straightforward and pretty easy to use. Let me just show you what you actually get when you sign up. You come in and you can start building a package straight away. What they do is they allow you to have a name that's associated with your product, and then you get put into the design and templates, and you know, this page probably looks quite familiar to you. So at this point I just want to explain, if you're not fully au fait with how web domain and URLs and everything work, basically there's like a triangle. You know, you need a domain name for someone to be able to find you. It's the equivalent of your phone number, so it's very specific. It gets directly through to the site in question. But you need to obviously have a website there. You need to have the actual physical site with the things on it, and that site needs to be hosted. So, you know, effectively the web hosts have got giant computers with all of these websites on there, and they're just files and folders within their PCs, and they're all linked to the internet by the domain name. So when you click on a domain name, it goes through to that server where the host is, and all of the information that you create is kept on their system. So you do need all three together. You know, there's not, you can't have one without the other. So this is why sometimes people struggle. You know, you can't just go and buy a domain name. It's got a link somewhere, and on that somewhere there's got to be something. So the beauty of Weebly is that on their website you've got all the options to link all that together in one place for free. Let me just show you, for example, here. We go to the design, and this is where you'll first come to when you check out the Weebly site. On the design elements here, you can change theme. Now, when you first sign up for your website, you'll be taken through to these templates, which you can look at and decide if anything is appropriate for your business. Now, the nice thing about this is, if I fancy to change, the design on my site, I'm not happy with it, and I fancy, a different design, I can try one out for, no cost or no problems with the site. Let's have a look at this one, and just, it's completely different layout to the one I chose originally. So let's just see what happens if I preview the website in it. So this is not really relevant to what I'm doing, but the main elements of the site don't look too dissimilar, but I don't really want to keep that layout, so I'll cancel that. And you can do the same again. You can come down to another one, which this is pretty funky looking. It might work if you're doing something with a fun product, or with kids, or with a school, or something like that. Whereas some of these are looking a lot more corporate. So really, it's down to you. What do you like the look of? How do you feel the design reflects what you're trying to do? Let's just have a quick look at this one, and I'll show you again how that works. Okay, so you can see that it's changing the basic layout of the site, but obviously if I was going to go with this, then I'd have to highlight all my text and change the color and do loads of stuff like that. So I'm going to stick with my original design. My suggestion is, in the first instance, go to Weebly.com, have a look around and have a play. In the next video I'm going to get into the editing a bit more, so I can actually show you, how I use it. These videos are not really meant to be a tutorial on Weebly, but obviously, I'm trying to get you up and running and show you how the system works and how I use it. So I'm going to look at how I do things from my perspective, and then if you want to know more about it, what I suggest you do is you go and look at other websites. Go and look at something like YouTube and see if there's more information or more tutorials and things like that, so you can get really stuck into it. But I'm going to show you everything that I do anyway, so you can build a site that works and functions. So just to recap on the domain name element, the thing about the Weebly is that they give you a functioning website which you can edit to your heart's content, and we'll look at that shortly. But it's hosted on their servers, and they allocate a domain name. Now, in the PDF manual, you'll see in the first section where I talk about that the domain name is not maybe ideal, in that it's like a subdirectory of Weebly.com. If that's not that important in the first instance, then don't worry about it, because that gets you up and running. And I will talk about domain names a bit later when we do publishing on the site, and I'll show you how that works up here, because you can just hit that and it's gone out there into the big wide world. So I want to keep these videos fairly short and to the point. Now we've sort of discovered who we would use. In the next video I'm going to look at the editing, and we will take it from there. I'll see you in the next one.